Look, I like academic and classical narrative as much as the next scholar, but I'd be damned if I don't love me a good fart joke too. Because sometimes you can find some pretty interesting insight from the strangest of places. So, in this video for the Borealis company, we're going to take a look at the story structure of South Park on a macro and micro level, and how it can help you be a better storyteller. That being said, we're specifically going to look at my second favorite episode of all time, Season 9, Episode 8.
2 days before the day after tomorrow. Oh my god. That's today.
Let's start with those two words. They are extremely simple to the point where they could be brushed off as just conjunctions, but that's the beauty of them. Therefore, I'll let the creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone explain in their own words.
What should happen between every beat that you've written down is either the word therefore or but, right? So what I'm saying is that you come up with an idea and it's like, okay, this happens, right? And then this happens. No, it should be this happens and therefore this happens. But this happens, therefore this happens.
That's all there is to it. But and therefore are gonna be your magic words. And it's because of the very things I joked about. They're conjunctions. They're designed to connect concepts into sentences, which has a chain reaction as sentences become paragraphs, then chapters, then novels. Or in this case, it starts as frames, then scenes, then episodes, and then series, if it's serialized, of course. Let's start with the macro level. The episode starts with Stan and Cartman messing around on somebody else's boat, but they lose control and crash the boat into a dam. Therefore, a neighboring city is flooded, but nobody knows the cause of the dam. Therefore, they claim it was global warming. But before they can find a solution, scientists tell them that global warming is happening right now. Therefore, the world is thrust into paranoia and beliefs of the world ending. But it gets way too out of hand and affects the collective consciousness. Therefore, Stan comes clean and confesses to the town that the town flooded because he hijacked a boat. But the adults think he's taking responsibility for global warming in his day-to-day unhealthy actions. Therefore, every adult takes responsibility and the episode ends. See that? I just explained a 25-minute episode in roughly 45 seconds. Granted, I left out a lot, but the point is to explain how the but-therefore approach to storytelling is brilliant at helping you create momentum and movement in your story. For the most part, this approach helps you always maintain pace in your story. In a short amount of time, especially in a format like a comedy cartoon episode, you can't afford scenes or moments where your characters beat around the bush just because. You can actually watch this in real time with South Park's behind-the-scenes documentary 6 Days to Air, where they have to produce an entire episode the week of its premiere date. And they've historically worked like this. The but-therefore approach helps you always keep in mind that the plot is compiled of a collection of events that motivate each other into a cohesive narrative. If you're going to have additional events, like a B-plot, I believe it needs to be in service to some degree of the original plot line, to keep that momentum that comes with a but-therefore approach. It's also no coincidence that this is a technique used by comedians, because the but-therefore approach works very well on a micro level as the build-up and punchline of a joke. Even if you don't use it in your overarching plot, you can use it very effectively in your quick throwaway jokes. Check this out. This happens.
Down. We didn't take care of our Earth, and now you've inherited our
But this happens.
problems. We didn't listen.
Therefore, this happens.
We didn't listen.
And even then, we can go even deeper on this. Randy is looking to respond to someone, but the window's up. Therefore, he rolls it down. That one little action helps make but and therefore be the foundation for that joke, which helps create something of a Lego pyramid that is the episode 2 days before the day after tomorrow. And this approach is everywhere.
What are you doing? Hand over the gold.
But,
Jews do not carry gold in a little bag around their necks, Cartman. Stop playing around.
therefore.
I'm not playing around, Cab. If we survive this, I don't intend to live in poverty.
Feeling warmth is a symptom of the last stages of hypothermia.
But,
Maybe we should strip these jackets off and warm our bodies next to each other.
therefore.
Don't be offended.
And I also want to add, the but therefore approach could be a great technique for combining with other payoff-based techniques. It could be a more informal version of Chekhov's gun, or it can help you design your foreshadowing better because it designs it like a promise that will be fulfilled. Check out it in action via this joke from King of the Hill.
What would a level 3 do, Mr. Gribble?
Level 3 will send an egg through a brick wall.
This is the moment I've been waiting for.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I want to know in the comments, what's your favorite example of but and therefore in stories?